this podcast, I bring a different person on with every episode. And this week we have Miss Brianna Robinson. Brianna,
Hello.
you want to tell them how you know me?
Well, funny story.
Let me drink some champagne for this one.
Yeah, let me get some Malibu.
It's needed.
Much needed. So actually, we've talked for back and forth for a couple of years, but the first time we ever spoke face to face was literally 20 minutes ago. So the reason why we're not sisters, but we share a brother.
Literally, we share a brother. It was actually a secret I knew for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Brianna didn't find out until some years ago.
12. Yeah. Well, at the first
from
time
a party that was not even involved.
Yeah. I found out, didn't believe it, and then I found out, I was probably it was 2016, around that time, I was like, oh, okay, this is legit. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, it is legit. I kind of figured it out because I was a nosy kid. I went digging through my mom's filing cabinet, and I found my brother's birth certificate, and there was no daddy on it. And all of our birth certificates had my daddy's name on it.
Uh-huh.
And I sat on it, but I was good. I sat on it. I didn't want to press my mama's buttons because you never know. And she was really iffy about me doing this too because, I mean, in her perspective with what she says happened and what other people say that had happened, I understand. But I explained to her, I was like, Brianna didn't do it. She can't help the situation.
Because I didn't know
like,
either.
it'd be... I was like, you don't know her feelings on the story, and and it'd be interesting to get that perspective.
Exactly. It's just it helps put the whole big picture together when you have everybody's side and how everybody found out. It's a little differently and everything. So I guess.
Yeah. And I was mean to Brianna the first time I ever messaged her.
Oh my gosh. I remember I think it was a Facebook message. Because it was the second time I had found out about it, but I actually was starting to believe it and everything. And so I had reached out to our brother, and I got a message from Candice, and I think it read something along the lines of, leave my family alone, or just something like that. And honestly, I don't know if you remember, did I even respond, or how I responded?
You left it alone.
I did, okay.
I think you left it alone, okay, this, it was a touchy subject.
Yeah.
Because Zachary, he didn't know the truth. Even though I said his name, but he didn't care. He's not,
he's fine.
We didn't want him to know the truth. Yeah. I don't think he's ever heard a podcast a day in his life. But he didn't know at the time. Our brother did not find out until, when he was with his baby mama, and I'll touch on the subject of my dad later on. It's gonna take me time, but she is the one who really initiated everything about my mom having to tell the truth, and that's not how it should be. It should be
on her own terms.
And she was really trying to protect him because that's something that's very violent, and it wasn't wanted for him to think, he's a bad kid because he came from something so awful.
So awful, yeah. Yep. Exactly. And so, my other brother, he's a little, he's a sugarfoot, and so he's full of drama. And so the first time that he told me, I think I was 12, and it was the first time we ever drank. It was the first time I ever got drunk. He told me, I was 12 years old, and I was like, whatever. And so I just did not believe it for the longest time. And then he came to me again later as I was older, and he was like, no, seriously, this is what is what. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just reach out. And I remember we hung out a little while, me and him.
It was right after he got out of prison, wasn't it?
It was right before he went. It was right before he went to prison. Right before. And
Oh,
so we were hanging out for a little bit, and then I remember he got put in prison. So
yeah. And
we
those
didn't
long four
really get
years.
too much of a bond going. Yeah, it was a long 4 years, and then he gets out, and man, damn if he didn't fuck it up again. But it's like, that's another
Well, I
story.
mean, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He did good for a year. He did great for a
He
year.
did, and
And
I had,
then
yeah,
it's a pattern.
it is,
We
and I think
we
it
all
has
had
a
a
lot
lot
to
of
do
hope for
with,
him to continue.
yeah, I did. And like, I mean, I was inviting him to my pool with us and everything. I was trying to get him closer, and like, because I mean, we didn't really get any time to get to know each other before he went to prison. After finding out that he was legitimately my brother, and so like, I was like,
Yeah.
now's the time. Now's the time. But he followed that pattern of my dad. So I guess we could segue into that, like how he's my brother, if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. It's up to you.
Um, yeah. So when Joshua had told me the first time, he didn't tell me all the details. He just said that you have a brother out there, and I was like, whatever. But the second time, he was like, so this is what happened, because we were stone cold sober the first time. And so he was like, look, this is what happened, and told me everything. So basically, my dad essayed her mom. And so finding that out, it was like, who all needs to know about us being brother and sister? So this whole time, I've kind of like, I haven't like, what's the word? Like shown him off that he's my brother, but like I'm not afraid to say it. Like I'll post, I think I made like 2 or 3 posts, and I was just like, it's good to have you back and everything, but I didn't announce it because it's not like something that's like really happy, and not a lot of people know about it. But I don't know, it's kind of like one of those awkward kind of things. I don't know, but yeah, so finding out that my dad did that, it's kind of rough, but I mean, me and my dad, like, he had me when I was 19, and so he's always been more of a friend to me. Like, we used to go out and drink together. I would drive him home. We'd be partying together, so it was never like a he's my dad kind of thing. He was just like a really good friend. So it's just like, I kind of, it's not too shocking to
Yeah, I
hear.
never once heard you say dad. You called him
No,
by his
I just
name.
call him by his name, which we can't do that. But so calling him dad's like weird.
And I told my mom, I was like, because when I came to her, and every time she's ever talked about the situation, you know,
Hmm.
she's talked about it with rage. Like
Yes,
there
as
is
she
so
should.
much, yeah, there's so much
Hmm.
anger.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, you need to understand how Bree might feel knowing her
Hmm.
dad did this.
It's absolutely
Because
embarrassing.
when something like this happens, not just that, it's the victim pool is so much bigger because there's your mom, your
Hmm.
siblings, you,
Yeah.
and it's like so much bigger. And I hate to say this, I'm not denouncing what what she is as a victim,
Yeah.
but there's more than one victim in
Hmm.
all of this. And growing up,
Oh, for sure. And like nobody. Yeah.
growing
Go
up
ahead.
with that, I couldn't well, I mean, my dad is no saint, but he never, and I just can't fathom that feeling.
Hmm. Yeah.
And
It's
then
just like
Zachary,
embarrassing
when
because
he
like
found out, can you imagine?
thinking about it, because we're only a couple months apart, me and Zachary. So
Literally,
our moms were
mom
pregnant.
remembers your mom being pregnant with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild, which is, I don't speak to my mother anymore. I don't really know anything. Like, we would talk about it, but mom would just like, she would just say, "Yep." It's like she was like a different person. Like, I have nothing to do with that bitch. She's crazy.
And I get
But
that. Like, there's different
um
levels of
yeah.
maternal animosity. I think there's a whole lot of levels to that.
Yeah, I just know, like,
It's
if I was
just
my mom,
it's unfortunate,
I would be as equally heartbroken.
livid.
I don't think she cared.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, which she did give me up when I was 13 to my grandparents, and they raised me. So I don't think she really gave a fuck.
See, I
Which
had no
my
idea
dad's
about that.
grandparents
She
raised
never
me.
once told me
Yes.
that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Do
And
they
you know
know?
she called CP. Yeah, they knew. They only knew because I
Okay.
told them because I
Okay.
knew from Joshua.
Okay.
Well, we can speak about Joshua. It's like whatever because he didn't really do
We're
anything
not saying
bad.
last names. There's no last name, so
No last names.
I'm pouring more Chandon for this. This is my celebratory bottle for my first episode.
Yes.
It's literally as big as my head. Because
it literally is. You know, I just cannot drink like I used to, man.
oh, I can.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, I can. It's,
No.
it's something you use for growth. Not
Yeah.
alcohol, but like these things, it's used for growth. And, to think that it makes you wonder how many people in my mom's situation, like, those children, those of these instances, have been able to do something like this, to have conversations with the other side. I don't think they get very many of these
Yes.
opportunities
I
to
know.
be this amicable.
They don't. Exactly. Because, like, me, I'm such an open mind person. And I think it really
Same.
did help that I didn't have a really strong relationship with my dad, too. So that's also, like, a
It makes a
factor in it.
difference.
Yeah, it really does. And, like, he's always just been, like, a kid to me. Like, he's, like, a party guy. And so, like, I really just I wasn't too shocked to find that out.
I got a funny story to tell you.
Mm.
I saw your dad on Tinder.
I believe it. Listen, let me tell you. So back in, like, 2016, I used to live at his house. And I would throw parties all the time. Like, we were just, like, college
Bros.
kids together. I know. And so he would make him plenty fish accounts. He's like, Brianna, get me some bitches. Get me some bitches. And son, I would line him up with them. I would hook him up. Like, my friend, like, you can ask anybody. Like, if I go somewhere to, like, a bar or something and, like, they don't know me, I'm like, my dad's Jake. My dad's this person. And they're like, oh, I know your dad. I fucked him. I'm like, yeah, I bet you did. Like, not 90% of people, like, that went to the Chubby Buddha and, like, Pelican's Perch and stuff, they, like, fucked my dad. Or just, like, knew him really closely. Yeah.
I couldn't imagine.
It's embarrassing!
One of my biggest fears was to be in those situations, because I heard he was a party guy, and be at one of those places and run into him.
And him be there.
And I would
Because you don't know what you would have said.
look him dead in the eye. Yeah, I would have had to look him in the eye like, you're my brother's father. Like, I would have,
oh my gosh.
I am so-and-so's daughter.
Father.
Like,
yeah.
You need to go away from me right now.
Yeah.
Because I would get really reckless really quick. And
especially like in that situation,
and I'm not a confrontational person.
Like, drinking and stuff. When you got that liquid courage, it probably would have, like,
oh boy,
ended not well.
Let's hope I'm not on tequila that day, because I'm a menace on tequila.
Oh, son, that was me and vodka. I used to walk around with just McCormick. Do you know McCormick vodka? The plastic bottle, a big old thing. I used to walk around with it. I didn't need nothing. I just drink it. I can't do that anymore. I usually do drink wine.
I can't do vodka in general. It gives me the worst headache. I love me some wine. I've got another bottle of wine. I got the Fruity Girl stuff. It's cherry wine.
Oh, I love it. I love Josh. Josh wine is so good.
And then I've got me
any red wine.
Joshua Cellars. It depends on the day. I do love some
so good.
Wine makes me like really mellow. Some of these episodes coming up, I'm probably gonna need something a lot stronger.
Yeah, like, I don't know,
because it's gonna be a little
for sure
chaotic.
Do little shots.
It's a lot of chaotic shit's about to
Yeah.
happen.
Isn't that like crazy? Do you? Yeah. Oh, I'm interested to see what kind of um follow up comes after this episode airs, because if I get any text messages or anything like that, I'm like, well, son, don't do it.
You know,
We
and
shall
if
see.
anybody asks questions to follow up, just tell them this is going to be a multi-parter for sure, because there is a lot
Oh,
to
for sure.
unpack between the two of us. And
Yes,
you're just
there
going to tell them to
is.
keep listening to find out, because,
Yep.
I mean,
Some tea.
we share this story. We share this
Yeah,
story. Like, I
it's
remember,
crazy.
I remember confronting my mother about it, by the way. I'm
You
like, why
do? Oh my
doesn't
god,
Zach?
how did that go?
Yeah. I was like, why
Yeah.
doesn't he have a dad on his birth certificate? And she looked at me and she goes, "You're so fucking nosy." I was like, I know.
See,
Like,
that was a clear indication that something was deeper, because she automatically got really defensive,
defensive
and
and
that's,
yeah.
yeah. And she's probably
She
embarrassed,
yeah. And
you know?
when everything like became out in the open, so
How did it get out? Like, exactly.
so
How did Joshua find out? That's what I want to
I
know.
told him. I told him.
You're the one that told him. Okay.
Because I figured out the pieces. I actually figured out who you were because I am an investigator. I am nosy, but
Yeah, because like you want to
and
look
we're
at
all
who's,
yeah.
because like to see if me and Zachary looked alike, which I kind of see it. Like we
I do
kind of do
too.
look alike. Yeah.
But I also see it with me and him too. Like certain things, our mouths
I see you
are
guys
similar.
as, yeah. I definitely see. We all
It's like
kind of look a
this.
little similar. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
We need to do one of them
It's
DNA
wild.
tests and make sure that might explain a lot.
That part. It might. It might. Oh, your
I
dad might be like an uncle of mine or something. We don't even know,
oh my gosh. Well,
because everybody's
we're
related
from
in Russell
Western North
County.
Carolina, so
Oh yeah, that's right.
we're not nobody of us. The only one born here is him.
Yeah. Okay.
None
So
of us
like,
were
if
born
probably
here
not then. Okay. That's right.
unless something goes way back. But you never
Honey,
know.
you never know.
So it's funny because I don't remember how. I know there was alcohol involved. I asked that person, do you know dot dot dot, and it kind of like unfolded from there.
Yes.
And um I was like, well, yeah, well, he is my brother's father.
Yeah.
And it just like
And it was
and
just like,
that person can't keep nothing to themselves
no, they can't. That person cannot. Of course, he told me when I was 12 years old.
at all.
No, that's a sin
And
for
it
him.
was like, what, they'll keep a secret?
Yes, that's against
No.
his rules.
Oh gosh.
He has his
he
own
is
religion.
very in a
He
lot of
can't help
ways.
it. Yes.
He's
Oh, I have a
got
lot to
severe
say about
diarrhea of the
that.
mouth. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
we'll get into that one.
Oh yeah,
And
oh
it
yeah.
just kind of, I guess, whenever he told you, you started getting curious, and
I sure
then
did.
our brother was sitting on my mom's bed and told me that you had reached out, and I was like, oh. And
Oh
in my
hell no.
defense, as far as I saw it, I changed his diapers. I'm his sister, me and that
You were
other
his.
puta
Yeah.
that's related to him.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
and so I guess I was having my own like sisterly insecurity, I guess. Because I'm not a
And I
mean
don't
person
blame
by
you,
any means.
because
I
you
don't go
don't
out
know
of my way
how I was. If I was any
or
other
what the
person in
intentions
that,
were.
yeah, in that situation, if I was like any other person, I feel like they wouldn't have had the intentions I had. You know,
Yeah.
like people are just,
And I was worried about the truth coming out to him because
yes,
he's had
and
his
getting
legal
out.
problem.
Period.
Yeah. Because your dad is a very well-known person from here to what? Robeson County?
Yes, very well known. Like I said, I can't go to any bar They all know him.
And, my mom being who she is, a lot of people don't care for her because she don't give a fuck. And she just tells it like like it is, and she's rubbed a
Yep.
lot of people the wrong way. And I didn't want people to say my mom was a liar when I sit here and
Right.
I see her talk about it. And when she does so, like, there's just so much fire in her
Like,
eyes
why
and
would she make it
anger.
up? Who would
Yeah.
make that up?
She told me, like, the piece by piece of the story, and her story's never
See.
changed.
Yeah. I've never heard, like, the full, like, context of it, which I feel like that's a story for her to tell. But
yeah, it's nobody's place but hers.
Yeah,
and
exactly. I just know the overall
it's on her terms.
What happened. Yeah, exactly. And that's how it should have been.
And while she was pregnant with him, my grandpa, my pawpaw, that man, yeah, he he's old South, and he would say a lot of hateful things, call him a bastard, and just had so much hate and animosity towards the situation. He didn't know the truth because my mom was scared to tell, because my pawpaw would have
killed him.
Done some wild, probably
some wild shit. Yeah.
Old South, fought in Korea. No, he's Marine and Army. He went from the Army to the Marine Corps.
They're gonna do it.
Yeah, he means what he says, and but the minute he was born, like, he fell in love with him, and honestly, I think, like, Paw dying is, like, where that switch really flipped in him, and that's when he really started getting crazy. Because that's the only father he's ever known.
See,
and then when your dad goes to him,
my dad has always been like
about reaching out about the DNA test, I think that
yes, that really snapped for him. And see, there wasn't much I could do because I was the middleman, and I tried to do everything I could, but I felt like I shouldn't have to completely do all of it on my own either. I feel like our brother should have.
It was his place too. From what I understand, he did message him.
He did everything he could. Yeah, he did, and I saw the messages. But I mean, and I was like, look, if you want me to, I'll be the in between. I'll switch the DNA test for you. I'll pick it up from him and let you do it, and then I'll send it off. And then I was just left on red too. So I'm just like,
was the desire really there? Because from what our brother said, he showed that interest. Like, I had no idea. I feel like he did have an idea because the mouths around this county.
If I knew when I was 12
that he got a son,
he had to have known. Yeah,
he knew too. Exactly. He had to have. There's no bypassing that at all. The way that these
whenever I was 12,
conversations go.
I had told my grandparents, and they were like, "That's bullshit, Brianna." But it was out there, So his mom and his dad knew. I bet you, if anything, that they talked to my dad, and they were like, "Brianna said this." I'm like, who wouldn't?
I bet he shit his pants.
I bet he did. He's like, "Oh my god, how do they know?"
Yeah, like, let me do some calculating in my head, these events. Because I know alcohol was involved. Alcohol was wholeheartedly involved. Some people just can't control things with alcohol. Unfortunately.
So,
and which is a weird thing, because with our brother, alcohol is involved a lot too. And he becomes a completely different person when it's involved.
Yep, there you go.
Which led to the events
of the thing is,
which led it,
they act the same when it comes to that. Like, and all this stuff that just came out with our brother's, I guess now, ex-wife. It all just...
Yeah, they are in the separation process.
Yeah, so knowing that...
It just all makes sense.
I was like, okay, duh, because, like, what we're talking about is, it was, like, domestic abuse, like, physical, and obviously mental, but, and verbal, but, so I remember my first memories of my dad, he was hitting my mom, and I had a pillow, and I was hitting my dad with a pillow, like, stop. and she was pregnant with my sister. So it's like, he didn't give a shit. Like, he was a woman hitter, and
No. It all,
unfortunately, it's in,
and they say stuff like that is genetic. It's not just like a learned behavior, it's a
yes,
genetic behavior
exactly.
too because
No,
it's the
it's
chemicals
genetic
in your
and couldn't help
brain.
it. Yep. hmm I
It's
really do believe
sad.
it's, yep. So whenever
It's
I
really
heard that, I
sad.
said, well, it makes sense.
Like father, like son.
Yeah, exactly. I'm crazy too, but I've never hit my partners.
Everybody's crazy in a different way.
Exactly.
I'm
I just
I'm
mental.
investigative crazy. I go and dig for information.
Yeah, the
I had
FBI.
pictures. So I when I found his Facebook, I had pictures of your dad and our brother, and I was like zooming in,
Putting
going
them
back and forth.
together.
Yes.
And like
Like
when
it's
I
just
found out, yes, I would do that. I would still do that. Like when we were first, like once he got out of prison, when we were first gonna like hang out, I was like, let me revisit this. And I was like looking, I was like, oh my god, like he really does look like him, and then we look
it's
alike, and it's just like weird.
yeah, it's
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 like from here down, it's just, and he's tall like him, and it's just, I wish we could show you guys pictures, but we can't. But they
we
really do,
cannot.
and we kind of look alike. It's just weird.
It's wild. And it's really sad. Like I really hope they both get the closure they deserve. Like but I don't think it'll ever happen
They
with
really
both of their
do.
personalities. They're both gonna be stubborn about it. But they need it.
They are, and like I can't be the one to do it for them, like, because that's not my
It's not your
place. Like, I don't
job.
want to
It's
force
not
it.
your job.
Hey, exactly. Like, I want to know. Like, I know it. I know they're father and son. Like, duh. But I just want it in writing.
I kind of want your dad to see what he helped create.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
know what I mean by that? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
I I feel like
it's gonna be something
Zachary.
to me like in due time.
I feel like he um is a good person. I just feel like he just needs help,
Deep down,
just
he
like
is.
my dad. My dad needs help. And I think it's like they both have the same issue, and they need help. They need to go get help. I mean, hell, I'm in therapy.
And the,
There's
and
nothing
they're
wrong with
both
it.
so stubborn. They're both so stubborn. And I've
So
told our
stubborn.
brother that several times. And I was like, you need, because he's got severe bipolar. Like, I ain't trying to diagnose anybody, but the bipolar is genetic in our family. I have bipolar depression.
Well, baby, he's
And if
got
it
on both
comes from both
sides.
sides, and if
Yeah,
it comes from both sides, can you imagine?
they don't have a chance.
He needs all the therapy medication he can get. And like,
Exactly.
and he has so much anger in his heart. Like, when that last time I saw him, after I put him out of my apartment, and he was like screaming at me, and I don't yell in front of my kid.
Yes.
Like, I
Right.
don't yell, I don't argue with people. Like, I keep my composure because I want to keep her innocent. And
Right.
excuse me, she was sitting there and she was like so afraid because
So scared.
when you saw him, you
She's
just
not used to.
saw the anger in
He's
him.
a different person. Because I hate to say this
But
about myself, but I'm the
that's a
same
whole
way.
story within itself.
I become a different person. Yeah, like I become a different person. I'm just like him in that regard. That's our dad. Like, we're evil when we get mad. I have extreme anger issues, and I'm working on it. But like,
Well, I'm
it's
really
actually
glad you didn't take them
scary.
anger issues out on me whenever I said leave my family alone.
Well, actually,
Thank you
I
for
just I
that.
knew that. Well, I knew that it was like more that you were actually just trying
To the
to
story. I was
take care of
trying to
him.
protect everybody.
Yeah, and like I
And that's
also
just who
saw it
I
as,
am. I
like you said,
protect
you
everybody
protect
I
the
care about.
story. Because like I still to this day haven't like announced it. I haven't made like a post like this is my brother because of these reasons. Because I would never do that.
I
That's not
wouldn't
my
even,
place.
not just that, like, I wouldn't be proud of him being my brother.
Oh, I'm not
And
now.
that's really sad to say. Like, I love him. I love him with all my heart. He will always be my baby brother. But I
But
actually,
what he's doing
so
right now.
there was a guy that I met on Tinder, okay?
hmm
And we were
I remember those
talking,
days.
and we were talking, and I was like, somehow we got on Brunswick County. He's like, yeah, we probably know some of the same people. I was like, so do you know my brother? Dot dot dot. And he goes,
Yeah.
yeah, don't tell him
Uh,
you know me. And I was like, why?
how
He
do you
goes,
know him?
well, because he said because he and I have beef. And I was like, well, what kind of beef? Like,
Yeah.
and he's like, I don't really want to talk about it, but me and another person who our brother, I keep saying that. I'm sorry. But
It's okay. It's
another
okay.
person
It's like one of those
that
things.
he would hang yeah. It was like it was involving another person that he hung out with a lot, and my brother rolled up and like
Are we
so
talking about blonde head? Blonde head?
yes. Yes. That one. And
I hate that one.
so it tied back. I do too. He robbed me. But so he knows our brother and this person, and it all started with Facebook beef, and they rolled up and da 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 da. I was like, listen, you ain't got to worry about me telling him nothing because I haven't spoke to him since January, and I have
Honey,
no
we
intentions.
don't.
Like he
No.
called me a dumb bitch way too many times for me to want to speak to him.
I wish
Because I'm the last to
he
be a dumb
would
bitch.
have. Yeah. See, the sad part is they always do that. It's how my dad is. He will take it out on the people that love him the most. See, our brother never did that to me because
so
we
what
didn't
it
get as
was is
close
I got fed
as we
up
could
with
have.
like
So I was
the
still
drugs and the
like, I was still in
alcohol.
that grace period. He was like kissing my ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says reconnecting. Hold on.
Yeah, and honestly though, because we know the real him, and I was actually concerned about y'all developing that brother sister relationship because I know the real
Yeah.
him, and he doesn't do anything without. Oh, we lost her.
I don't know
You're
what the
fine.
fuck happened. Where were we at?
We were just talking about generalizations of like y'all's relationship.
Oh yeah.
So I was concerned because I know who he is, and he doesn't do anything without a selfish reason.
Right. So
And
what was the deal?
so like I was really concerned when he was hanging out with you guys. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was worried he was going to try to weasel his way into using you because
Yeah,
he
and
does that.
I
He
saw that,
uses the people. I'm really
and I
glad you
got
did.
that because listen. So I didn't want to like feel like I was being a bitch about this, but like, so we live in a gated community, and we have a pool. And at this time, he was wearing his ankle bracelet, which, whatever, I took him to the pool. He's my brother.
Yeah.
Let somebody say something, you know? But he kept on asking, hey, like, after that day, he was like, hey, can we come to the pool? So I let him and his girlfriend at the time, his ex-wife now, go to the pool without me there. And I was just, like, scared the whole time because, like,
You don't know what he's capable
I'm
of.
not there. Exactly. And I just wanted them to act like they had sense. And I knew she was there, and I knew she probably wouldn't do anything stupid.
She
has
wouldn't.
sense.
She has a lot of sense, and with that whole relationship, she was really trying to
Change him and help him and
make him a decent human being.
guide him. Like, he had all the makings to be good. And to start with, he was. And then it's just...
When he got off of parole is whenever he got back into those old habits because he didn't have anyone to really
someone
answer
there to... Yeah, exactly. And that's how I, like, when it comes to, like, staying on track, I have to have somebody there to, like, to help me, and like I have to have like someone telling me kind of what to do. Not really, but like someone to answer to.
Guidance.
So I feel like it runs in the family. Yeah, exactly. Or I will not stay on task.
Yeah. See, I'm completely different. Like I use my motivation to drive me, and
yeah.
I'm and this is one of my dating flaws. I think this is like this has to be a dating flaw. I am a very hyper independent person.
Yes.
And like I don't like leaning on anybody, and that was the difference between him because I didn't have those people to lean on my whole life. Like I had to figure things out for myself.
Exactly. I've always had someone to help me. Like my grandparents took me in out of that situation. Like I've always had somebody to like help me, and like the relationship I'm in now, Like, he kind of saved me. So it's just like, I
Which
have to
is
have,
coming from
yeah.
the relationship you were in, because I know stuff about that too, because you know who I used to be friends with, right?
Who?
The first baby mama.
TAT. Oh!
Yeah. So I know that too. And when your
Oh!
name, because I was like, because I asked questions about the
Yeah.
dad, and when your name came up, I was like, yeah, that's my brother's sister. And
Uh-huh. She was like,
the
what?
daughter, his daughter was there with me.
Okay,
And
so the first
she,
little one.
yeah.
Yeah,
So she
okay.
was like, so you're meaning to tell me that's her cousin? And I was like, yeah.
Kinda. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of. It's like weird. But yeah, kinda. And
Yeah, I mean,
so
it technically is. They're half cousins.
yes. That's
And
crazy.
yeah, and then I looked at
And so
Charlotte and
they're
I
half
was like,
sisters.
no,
So
half cousin,
well,
half
no,
cousins.
that's the my little one.
Oh yeah,
And so they're half
yeah.
sisters.
So I was
And then
like,
so I'll make half cousin. Yeah.
yeah. So I was like,
Good.
this is like a messy family tree. Could you
It's so
imagine
messy.
getting this, like doing a poster board? I might do it just for fun for you. Getting a
Yeah,
poster
because
board and doing this, like, it's gonna have like lines coming from here to
and
here
you
and
know
up
what is
here.
crazy? So, my ex-husband's brother, it has a kid with my cousin. So, do you know
Hold
Whitney?
on. I just want to say something. Welcome to Brunswick County.
Yes. And it's just like West Virginia, but worse.
It's
Um,
so much smaller, but a lot of people and
a
no
lot of
lines
people.
crossed,
So,
which is
if
why I
we
ran
did a
away.
whole, yeah, I kind of ran away, but I'm still here. Does that make sense? I'm very low key now.
Except for whenever you do music.
Yes, I do music. That's it. I do live music at some restaurants every once in a while,
You
just for
really need to
fun.
get into up here, like
I
where
know.
I'm at.
Where are you at?
Wilmington now.
Oh, Wilmy? Yeah. I'd love to. If you know any restaurants and like they're looking for live music.
You know what? I got you. I'll start. I have recently learned that I'm like a networking queen.
You kind of
I'm
are.
I'm really good at it, and it's very
Yeah.
unintentional, but I'm really good at it. I think it's because of my personality, like,
Yeah, you're like control, like,
but I'm
you're,
outgoing, but not
yes,
like overly outgoing.
like annoyingly at
Yeah,
all. So, yeah, I think it's
but I
good.
will be about this project
See,
I've got going
I'm
on.
just like lazy. So, like, that's my problem. Like, once I'm doing it, I'm like, I'm entertaining, whatever, but like, man, to like just
I
until I
think
do it, I'm like,
b- because of your family and because of your ties to that county, I think it'd be great for you
to get out of
to
Brunswick
branch out when it
to
comes to the
Wilmington.
music.
Yep. I think
I
so
think
too.
it'd be because we
Because
both
I see a lot of people I know, and I feel like, dude, we had this conversation already, but like, I know people don't like me. I know it.
same.
Just because of how I used to be. And now, honestly, but like, I know that I've had a stalker.
I
One of
have
my, yeah, we talked about that, but like, one of my ex-boyfriend's girlfriends, she like hacked into my, Facebook and everything. So like, she could see where I was gonna be at the next time, and she would always show up like a freak. Like,
that's
and she like claimed I was still in love with him. Freak. I'm not. And like, so I know like, people like that don't like me, they would show up just to be like,
but and that's how I feel about this too. Like I have
you're gonna
that
have them people.
yeah, and you know what? This is me
Fuck
saying
them.
I don't care what you have
I
to
don't
say.
care either.
This
Because
is
I'm gonna be
something
cringy.
this is
Exactly.
yeah, this is something I have dreamt of doing for quite a long time.
And
And
that's how it was with
thankfully,
my singing. Mm-hmm.
yeah, thankfully I have, I'm with this production team, and my producer really pushes me and really like I honestly wouldn't be where I'm at right now without him.
Yeah.
Like
That's
and
how I am with Tyler. So like, if he wouldn't have like full on like bought all my equipment for me and like say I completely support you doing this, like I probably wouldn't have done it. And like, I'm
yeah,
finally at a place on myself where I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm
I would still
happy
be
at my
dreaming.
house. Yeah, like I'm at a house. I don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
please come out and talk shit. You're gonna get kicked out.
I'm to the point you can leave all the negative comments you want, but I can rebuttal
Yeah,
them so fast. Like, I
exactly.
will flat out be like, this is why you don't like me. And quite frankly, I don't care that you don't like me. But when it
Yeah,
comes to this, I
this
have a
is
lot
my
of big
baby.
dreams for this. This is my baby. This is my second child. My first
Exactly.
child's in the other room, and this is my second child. And, you know, to me, this
Mhm.
is like building a foundation to the future because I have a lot of plans for this. Like I
Very,
told
and
you,
that,
this can
especially
go very
nowadays,
far.
I can. Especially nowadays, like people make their living on social media and doing podcasts. Podcasts, especially because, like me, I listen to Distractable by Markiplier, and I told you I listen to a bunch of gaming channels. But like when I'm on in the car, I do not listen to music. I listen to my
Mm-mm.
podcasts,
Yeah,
especially
I
on long rides,
I
long
have a
trips.
long list of podcasts that like
Oh
I
yeah.
I will I will reference to because they really inspired me. Please excuse the children in the background; they're very happy right now.
I'm literally outside because inside is crazy. So,
So I had a lot of inspiration for this. Sergio Talks, which is really great because you know they expose the men, and that
I love it.
I love it.
Yes,
And Bunny XO because she covers like real topics, and a lot
that's
of
Jelly
she gets
Rolls.
Jelly Roll's wife. Yes,
Yes,
she
yes,
she
yes.
gets a lot of hate too because a lot of people put like her relationship with Jelly Roll as the reason why she became so big, but she did this like on her
She
own.
supported him.
Yeah, she really pushed him
Come
to
on.
be where he's at
Anybody that,
now.
yeah, anybody that's just leaving comments because they're pissy, they haven't done their research. If you actually like, are an intellectual, and I can't talk, I'm so pissed about it. If you're an intellectual
Intellectual
person
person.
and have a like actual brain that functions, you would do the least bit of fucking research before you type a negative comment. It just shows how
Exactly. She
ignorant
helped
you
him get
are.
his daughter. Like, there's so
Exactly.
much more to that. And that's why she's
Yes.
one of the inspirations to this. And another
Mm-hmm.
one, because, when we get on with this, I'm going to be doing like little true crime stories with my mama.
Yes.
Morbid podcasts. They do true crime, but they've branched out very far into a lot of things. And, their energy inspired me. Like the banter. That's what I love is the banter, like,
I
which is what
love
we
it.
do.
Yes. Yes.
Real
Yes.
conversation is so important.
It is. And especially like when you have like between me and you, we have so much.
We have so much we can cover. Like, I mean,
And
this
what's so
episode
good
could go
about
like,
this
yeah, we could go
hours,
3 hours.
yeah, because like what is crazy is that like what they don't know is like we haven't like talked until now. Literally, the first time we spoke was 20 minutes before this started.
Yes,
So you
this
guys
is
are seeing like just from the
organically,
start, yeah,
this is
like
organic
how we are.
conversation.
Yeah.
The most that we've ever done, we had a group chat with Courtney, and I
Yes.
told you to leave my family alone. And then I reached out to you. I was like, you know what? This would be great.
Yes.
But I was unsure if you wanted to touch on the topic of our brother. But I'm
Right.
honestly really glad you did because I feel like that was something that you and I both needed.
Both needed to, yeah, exactly. Because it's like it's just a secret that I keep, and it kind of sucks. Like it's not a secret, but like you wouldn't know if you already had known that because how I like said, hey, or the little post I made, it just looked like he was a friend, and I bet a lot of people were confused. And that's another thing I wanted
I
to talk
think
about.
they probably were confused, Brie. Like honestly, like
Because like when I would say this I wanted a bond with him, or like I would comment on like TikToks and stuff that it was about him and everything. I was just like thinking to myself, people probably think that like we were in a relationship.
yeah, but little
And
did everybody know, me and this girl, we share a brother,
yeah,
and
they
it's
probably
a
thought we were
crazy
dating and we were
situation.
not.
That would
It's
have
so
been weird.
crazy.
That would have been, girl.
If that would have happened.
When I tell you, we told, and I'm gonna out you, Bree. I'm sorry. When I
It's
told
okay,
this
you
boy
can.
growing up that he was not allowed to date redheads, she's the reason why I told him he was not allowed to date redheads. And then
If,
when he was in middle school, he had a redhead girlfriend, and I was like,
please no.
"What is her last name? You need to talk to
Let's see if I got
mom."
any.
And and he was like, "What is your thing with redheads?" I was like, "Redheads have no souls." And here I am
None,
with
I
red hair
don't.
now. Here I
I
am with
know.
red hair now.
I would never. I mean, it looks good on other people, but like I have natural red hair, so it's like I actually went my natural color last summer because I was like having a mental crisis, and I was like, maybe I just need to be my actual self, and I did it, and I had like $3,000 extensions, hand tied extensions in, and they were red, and let me tell you how much I hated my red hair. I cut them out.
Oh, you should have just
I know,
given them to me now.
I know, and
Because
like it was just so
I'm
fucked
growing out
up.
my wolf cut. I had a wolf cut.
You did,
And I'm currently growing it out because I ended up it's so hard to style. I can't do the
yeah,
curls like how I have now.
yeah.
Which is why I have this
I'm
going
growing
on.
this out. It's the mane, but
But
yeah, I cut them bitches right out of my head. That's how like unwell I am. So I am not meant to be redheaded. I've always been blonde since like 6th grade. I tried it.
so I actually went red because this guy that I was seeing for a year, he kept commenting, "Well, I like your hair the way it is." Because every woman has that battle of, should I dye my hair this color? And you're
Or
gonna
should I be
ask the guy,
natural?
yeah,
Yeah,
and you're gonna ask the guy that you're seeing because you want him to like
and to
it.
like it exactly. It's
So,
not
and
like
he
I want him to decide everything about me, but like just like
exactly. I don't want to
my
throw him
nails.
off,
Yeah.
like him not exactly the nails. That
Yes.
plays a big part too. Like I would send him
Yeah.
pictures of my nails, like, should I get this? So
Hmm.
I was sitting here thinking after this whole run of everything that had happened and he did what he did, I was like, you know what? Fuck him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go have a mental breakdown. And I went to Sally's and I got this like I can't remember what it was, Merlot hair color.
Oh God.
Yeah, and I was like, I was going at it. I was like, and now I'm really mad at myself because
On
nobody knows
those.
how hard it is to pull out red hair, but it's okay. Like
Oh, that's the hardest color to get out of your head. So
I'm
I
gonna have
had
to
went purple, and man,
that
I fried my hair doing the color oops.
oops
It
is
was the color
so bad.
oops. It's so bad. It fried my hair off, so that's why I went red, really. And then I finally got back to this.
You should have called. Too bad we didn't know each other then, because I could have told
I
you how to
know.
get it out. You gotta do you a bleach wash and then some toner. It's
Well,
a
see,
process,
my hair was already like barely
but
hanging on.
bleach wash is not as invasive as just doing
Straight
bleach.
up bleach, yeah.
I really need
So,
to go to
yeah.
cosmetology school after this.
I did 300 hours in it. I'm actually a licensed esthetician, believe it or not.
You gonna come do my eyelashes?
I can't do them.
Can you at least do
I
eyebrows?
I can wax. Yes, I can wax. I used to wax
Okay.
coochies. I did it all. I love waxing.
So on that topic, can I just say something on that topic?
Yes.
One time I let my sister do that while she was drunk and Courtney was there.
Oh my god.
Well, no, she wasn't there. She was on FaceTime. And when I tell you a bitch was hollering.
Did it hurt? Because I
She
never had it done.
so she was drunk. She had the right wax, but she was drunk and she waxed it together.
No.
I was in her shower with some baby oil trying to save
Yeah,
my
that's the only way you
vagina.
can get that shit out. That's the only way you can get that shit out.
Yeah, I
I'm.
was, but
I have so many horror stories.
my sister also blacked out drunk on a horse.
That's so
She
dangerous.
from Goldschlager. She was shooting the airplane bottles like back to back of Goldschlager, which is,
Ugh.
if you don't know, it's really disgusting. Like she tried to give me a pack of it,
Yes.
and I looked at her like, I'm not drinking this bullshit.
No.
Like, and I had me and Courtney had to deadlift her off of a horse
She's
and carry
tall.
who, my sister?
Yes.
Yes. I'm the
She's a
shortest person in my
tall.
family. I'm the
Yeah.
shortest person in my family, and I'm 5'5".
I'm 5'5".
Like that. Maybe we are related.
Maybe.
You know what? Let's just cut our brother out, and we'll just be sisters.
That's fine with me.
I call Courtney my sister now.
Yeah. I mean,
Like there,
basically,
I dropped the in-law. Like, she's very open. I've already have permission. I can say her name.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Cool.
just for context. So she, like, whenever I talk about people, because I don't talk to my sister anymore because she defended our brother in this.
See, I didn't know.
Um,
I don't know anything about that either. So
oh, yeah. So with everything that happened between he and I when I kicked him out, she defended him. Mind you, he wrecked her Honda Accord drunk, lied about it, said he swerved to miss a deer over by Brunswick Electric on 17 and took off the fender of her car, and she still defended him.
if she knows him.
And
She
yeah, she knows
knows
how he
that.
is. But honestly, there's no innocence there either, and I'm not going to get into that part because it's not my story to tell.
Right.
But
Right.
because of the fact I don't speak to my sister, like, Courtney has really came in to fill that space. Courtney
Yeah.
came out with me for my birthday. You know, she made me cry with her Facebook post for my birthday.
Talking to. Okay. Yeah. That.
Yeah, and like, you know, last year she was the only person who did anything for me for my birthday. She made me a
Yeah.
cheesecake with a C on it because of a Facebook post I shared. I'm like, by the way, my birthday is June 4th.
So she like saw that and was like,
And yeah,
she
and
she.
then
That's awesome.
yeah, and then I posted some hey dudes on
That means
Snapchat
that
one
she
time.
really cares.
She
Like
does.
she
She really
notices
does.
things. Yeah.
I posted these hey dudes on Snapchat last year, and I was like, size 9 me, please. Mind you, just FYI, you go down in size in hey dudes, not up. Um,
Right.
but she got those hey dudes for me for my birthday.
Oh my god.
Like,
She's so sweet.
yeah, she genuinely loves me, and you know, she's been there for me. She was there for me during the whole brother debacle when he was doing
Yes.
his stuff, because I had back surgery after that, and I had to get a restraining order because he was saying all this crazy shit that he was going to do to me. I had a 52-gram
I
mass
saw
removed.
that. I saw that.
Did he put?
So
I heard he put
he
my papers
posted
on
it.
Facebook.
He sure did. He
My whole
sure did.
statement and everything. Yeah, well, he said all of that. He said he was going to send someone to beat my ass. So
Well,
I
see,
got,
when he posted that, me and Tyler were sitting in the living room, and I was like, why would he post that? It makes him look horrible.
because he wanted to embarrass me.
Well, it didn't embarrass you, it embarrassed him. That's how I took it.
Yeah, because I literally, I had to do that, Brie, like, because I had an 8-inch incision where they removed a 52-gram mass from that was pressing on my spine, and I
Dangerous.
had a tube coming out of my back, and they had given me fentanyl at the hospital, so there was no way in God's hell I was going to be able to defend myself had he
No.
lived up to his word. There was no
Yeah.
way.
And you know what? No one, like, you just don't know what he's capable of. They're psycho.
There's a
You
lot of
just don't
rumors.
know.
There's a lot of rumors I've heard of the things that he's done, and knowing those rumors, it scared the shit out of me.
My
I
dad,
was scared.
I know some things that he's done. I mean, just one random one that I know. I know that he took a dead cat, and nailed it to a tree and unloaded shotguns into it. Like, it's just, like, you just don't know. Yeah, and yeah, you just don't know what they're capable of. So,
You can never tell that story to Charlotte because she will get so upset. The baby
yes,
loves some kitty cats. She's been begging
yes,
me for a cat for 2 years, and oh my god.
I have
Well,
an
you want to hear an
announcement. I
embarrassing
hate
story?
cats, but I
You
hate a
know,
cat,
there.
but I would
You
never
want to
do
hear?
that.
Let me tell you this story about what our brother did one time. Okay,
Oh my
so
god, okay.
my mom doesn't care. I get, for disclosure, I can say, like, my other brother's name. So we have a brother that's autistic, Taylor, right?
Okay.
So our brother took him, I think he was like, let's see, I was 14, that's 6 years. He was about 8 or 9 years old. I don't know if I'm doing math right. I've had this whole bottle, by the way.
I don't do math.
Um,
I'm already finished my little shimmy.
so, so he was definitely in elementary school, not even middle school yet, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Taylor, because he's autistic, he's, you know, intellectually behind. So
Right.
Zachary was more like the older brother, okay?
Right.
So he took him down. They found some nudie mags, some pornographic magazines,
Oh my
and
god.
they took it because we lived like out in the woods, out in
Right.
Horry County, like by Loris.
Mm.
So they went down by this bridge, and a cop happened to be driving by
Oh
and
my
saw
god.
these two little boys, little ass little kids, with these magazines, and he whooped around. And as soon as he comes down, our brother catches it on fire and leaves Taylor there.
See, that's just like his dad. It's just like his
Leaves,
dad.
and the poor boy is like freaking out because he's like, I don't
He's
know
like,
what
that's
I did
mistaken. He's
wrong.
like, what? I'm
And
just reading a book.
yeah, and he would smoke weed and blow it in his face. And
So
like,
he would
I
get
just want to
contact
see
high.
this. Yeah, I just want to see if you can get an autistic person contact high. I'm like,
Of course you can.
now granted, I am the one who got him drinking some Bud Light once upon a time, but
Hey,
he was
we're not
21.
all angels, okay?
No, but I mean, he's higher functioning, so he's not like the severely autistic, but he
Yeah,
still
yeah.
has those qualities. But
Mm.
like, I definitely didn't leave him. And then he would stand outside, just be blessed, just feel blessed for a minute. Let me tell you what this boy did to me, because I still have the scars. This 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 boy would sniper me with BB guns. I still have a scar on the
That
back of my leg,
hurts. That
and he
hurts so
shot me in
bad.
the ass when I was trying to go in from feeding my dogs. Like,
You still
what?
got a scar on your ass.
No, I've never full on saw my own ass, so I don't know if I have a scar, but I know I have a scar on the back of my calf. And
If we
everybody's
meet in
like,
person, I'll look for you.
"Thank you, I appreciate that."
You're welcome.
And then like when people see the little thing on the back of my leg, they're like, "Is that a wart?" And I'm like, "No, it's where my
No,
brother sniped me with a
this
fucking
little
BB
bitch.
gun."
Yeah, oh my god.
And if you know my brother, he's into military shit. Has been into military shit. He's climbed trees and watched the cops search for him and built blinds in trees watching them
Oh, he
search
loves
for
that
him.
shit.
He thrives on that adrenaline. Like
Yes. My
this
dad, when he was little, I say little, he's probably like a teenager, he set a truck on fire in the woods with him and his cousin. Luckily, the fire department came out. Like, what's wrong with them?
it's genetics.
It's genetic.
Can we just blame like I mean, I blame my
Parents.
mom for my bipolar depression. Like I tell her, I'm like, Mom, I'm just like you. Like
Hmm.
it's very annoying.
Yeah, I don't know what my mom's got, but she got something. She got several things.
I remember when
I
she
don't
worked
know
at
what I got
Walmart.
from her.
And let me tell you, I befriended her.
Kayla.
Yeah, I
We
befriended
can say
her.
her name. I don't give a shit. She's dead to me, so.
I befriended her and I had no idea, Brie. And then my mom, we went through her checkout line and my mom's like, "Do you know who that is?" I was like, "Yeah, I talk to her all the time because I worked at Walmart too in the deli." She goes, "No, Candice, she's so and so's ex-wife." And I said, "I've been nice to her." She goes, "Well, she didn't do nothing wrong. Like in this situation, she didn't do nothing
Technically,
wrong."
yeah.
She goes, "But don't tell
But,
her who you are." And then we
yeah.
went to the checkout line and she was like, "Hey."
It's like she didn't care. It's like,
But she didn't know. I don't think she really knew then.
you don't
But
think
she
so?
talked
Okay.
about you. Like, she's like, the kids are getting so big. And da
Yeah.
da da da.
Fuck her, dude. Fuck that bitch. I hate her. She's psycho. She's living, okay, do you know where Little Macedonia is?
That's like over in Ash, ain't it?
No, it's, okay, you know where the
Off of
Circle K
211.
is? Yes! Okay, so she's
That's the
living on the
hood.
side. Yeah!
I
Yeah!
bought my pit bull that died from cancer in February from Little Macedonia.
Oof. Yeah, so she's living
Because
on
they
the
were.
side of the road in a camper with a colored gentleman.
I didn't see that coming.
Me either. Well, and she called
Just on
CPS on
her.
all of our sisters, or on all of my sisters. So all her children, she called CPS on them. So Jaden, my little sister, she went into custody when she was 7 years old. She went crazy. She had a stroke. But I
I
mean,
would
she
have
was
never thought that.
obviously she went crazy before then because she gave me up over my stepdad, But yeah, so I haven't talked to my
It's
mom since
weird. Like, with
2019.
that situation and you and, that stepbrother being, like, for a
Yeah,
while there, being close, that's crazy.
yep. And see, me and Joshua were like, I wouldn't say we're close, but like if he were to come to me, needing something, I'd help him. Because, I mean, we basically grew up together. He's like,
I won't.
yeah, I don't blame you there. But, like, speaking of Joshua, so we had, like,
I told you why.
Yeah, you told me why.
I was just trying to help somebody because they were on drugs, and then, like, he completely
Runs
threw
his
me under the
mouth.
bus.
Yeah,
He made it seem like I
doesn't
was
care.
spreading rumors, and I wasn't spreading rumors. I was being legit, like, this person
Yeah.
needs help because...
Yeah.
And then now look, her son,
is not here anymore, and it's just unfortunate.
It is, and when it comes to... I'm just going to be transparent for you and everybody that's listening. When it comes to drugs, it is a very touchy subject for me because of my father. And
Yeah.
I'm going to have an episode later with my cousin who was very close to my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about what happened and the speculation around my father's death.
Yeah.
Because, I don't play about that. I don't play. Which is why I put our brother out because, not only was he...
We don't do that.
Not only was he watching my kid drunk, but he was also smoking pot in my house, and I don't play about that bullshit because that shit stinks.
First of all, yeah, it smells like BO.
Go outside. Go outside. It smells like armpits.
Literally. If that's the only drug that you're doing, whatever,
Yeah.
But it's like, just don't... It stinks. It's really shit. So, like, just...
My house was smelling bad, and that's just not me. Like,
no.
I couldn't have enough air fresheners and wax warmers in my house to cover that up because it's a very strong odor.
It is. You can't.
Yeah, no, I can't. I can't do it. I've tried it. I'm going ahead and be transparent. I've tried it.
Oh.
It makes me a paranoid fool. One time I had edibles and I ate a nerd's rope, and I ended up hiding in a closet hearing fucking helicopters above the house.
No way.
And I was hallucinating. There had to be something more in there. But I was hallucinating cops around my house and shit, and I was calling my mom on FaceTime, and I had my dog in the closet. I was like, Mom.
Oh my god.
I'm freaking out.
Oh my god. See, I am the opposite. Like, it doesn't... I have my past in drugs, but, so...
I mean, I think 85% of the population does.
Yeah, like, obviously I'm doing well now. But, like, when it came to weed, I never got high. I can never get high on weed. I don't know if it's my ADHD. I don't know if it's... Yeah. I don't know, but it does not affect me whatsoever. It's so weird. It's such a waste of time for me.
Well, I heard that, like, my reaction to it is actually an allergic reaction to it.
Really? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's what happens, because if I
Everybody's body's so different.
If I actually, like, smoke weed, like, I am pacing the floor. Like, I am.
Ooh,
and my heart is pounding out of my chest, and I can't do it.
Oh my gosh.
Why I stick to alcohol. Hold on, there's somebody here, you guys. I have to. There's somebody here who wants to make an appearance. Come on. There's somebody here who wants to make an appearance.
Hey, honey.
This is disclosure. This is not suitable for children, but, I'm not afraid of my child being on. But say hello. This is Brianna.
Hey, honey. Brianna. What's up? I would bring my little one on, but she is on the other side, the dark side. We call them the dark side.
You made your appearance. I know you've been dying. She's been dying because she's a personality and she likes the camera. She likes microphones and she wants.
That's my little one. Like, anytime I go to sing, she's got to come with me, and I'll hold her while I'm singing a song or whatever. She's so rotten.
Yeah,
but we get her back. We get her on Sunday, so.
On the dark side. I just got that.
The dark side. Star Wars. Dropping some nerd stuff.
She's
actually got on my Triforce today. I don't know if you know what the Triforce is.
No.
It's the Legend of Zelda reference.
I felt like it tied up. Go over there, please. Come cookie dinner. I'm so sorry, everybody. Momming does not stop. This is
I get it. I have a 4-year-old, so
this is my life. I can't believe she'll be 6 in July.
I can't believe that. That's crazy. Yeah, she'll be 5.
You know what? You're
November.
a semi tall blonde with blue eyes. You want to appear as Barbie for her birthday?
Come on, Barbie, let's go. Actually, guess what? So I have a mermaid tail, if she likes mermaids. I do have a mermaid tail. So,
She wants a Barbie themed. She said that she needs
mm.
Barbie there, like in her pink outfits and everything.
I mean, I'm willing. I was actually thinking about doing the party princess gig before I was gonna do the singing gig because I had bought my mermaid tail for that reason. But I never
I
ended up doing it
Nobody would
because I
hire me because
gained weight.
that's okay. You
But
know what? From the many dates, we're gonna say many dates that I've been on, um, thick is in, thick is in. But
thick as
you
in.
know what? As long as because you have a man, as long as he is happy, like I wholeheartedly
He's
believe that's all that matters.
exactly.
If he's not now, granted, my ex would ask me every day, "Did you go to the gym? What'd you eat today? Did you drink water?"
No, that's not him, dude. He's so like anti talking
Conformity.
about it. Yeah, exactly. He's like, you're not fat. Shut up.
And I love that for you. I feel
Yeah.
like every woman deserves that. But, you know,
Especially someone that has the problems that I have. Um, with
same.
the
I ended
issues
up in the
that
hospital partly because of that, because,
you did.
so what Bree
My
and I are
teeth are
talking about,
severing.
same,
Yep.
same. I have a dentist appointment. My gums are starting to like recede,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm very like self-conscious about my teeth in general because I'm a
Come see
bottom.
us. Like
I'm a
literally, 'cause we do teeth.
who?
So Tyler, you don't know what he does?
Uh-uh.
So we own a dental lab,
So y'all gonna take care of my teeth
basically. So
because
he 3D prints teeth.
like veneers.
So yeah, like implants.
Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna need this on the bottom row. Because my bottom row is going. So what Bree and I
Yeah.
are talking about, we both have battled eating disorders in the past.
Yes.
I have battled both anorexia and bulimia. So I would basically starve myself, and when I would finally eat, I would just throw it up.
It would be gone. Yeah. So I have binge eating disorder and bulimia, and it's been rough. Like I wish I could starve myself. I do, I really do, but I have that other end of the stick where I can't stop eating. I can't stop thinking about food.
Well,
It's
that's why
just
I throw up, because maybe I have like the binge eating too, because once I finally eat, I'm like,
you gotta go.
starving. I'm starving,
Yep.
but like, and then I start feeling like that gross feeling, and I would feel bad
Yes.
about it. So I'm like going to the bathroom, and a lot of the
Mhm.
problems I had when I was with my ex, and he was constantly doing that checking in thing. Did you go to the
Yes.
gym? What did you eat? And I would start feeling bad about it, and I would just go throw up. Like if I ate like, because your girl loves some cookout onion rings.
They're so good.
They are so with some cookout
But the
sauce
thing
or
is,
honey
I would
mustard.
have to eat a lot to be
Yeah,
able to do it. Because you can't just like here and there
and then
and do it.
and the struggle is too with that, your gag reflex gets stronger.
It
Like
does.
it's
And that's where I'm
harder to
struggling
throw
now,
up
and that's why I'm gaining weight.
because it's harder to throw up.
Yes. And I was like,
I
what is
completely
going
understand.
on?
I
I
completely
was getting
understand.
so mad because I was like, okay, because I stopped throwing up for a while. And then like I'm like, okay, I'm getting too much weight. I need to start it again. And then when I went to go start it again, like I couldn't do it like I used to.
It gets hard. It gets so
It gets
hard.
so hard. And like I can't just sit there all day and like I'm shaking. I'm like shaking. My
It
eyes are
your
bloodshot.
your sugar starts dropping like
Like
rapidly.
you're gonna
So
pass out. Yeah.
the only thing
It's
I
just
would
bad.
consume when I would do like go the anorexia part, when I would starve
Hmm.
myself, the only thing I would consume to keep my energy going, because a lot of people don't know, when you're anorexic, you have no energy. You have
None.
none at all. I would only drink double shots, coffees, like, lattes
That's
and
a lot
whatnot.
of them. A lot I've heard do the
And then
coffee
I would
thing.
start shaking. Like I would be like
Hmm.
full on shaking.
Yep.
And I think so yesterday I ended up in a hospital, y'all. I
Yeah.
was
So we were supposed to record yesterday, but like I wouldn't have had a problem with it, but like I was starting to fade fast. But yeah,
that's
she was in the
that's
hospital, dude.
I had to get fluids and a lot of tests going. I also have a sodium deficiency, which will
Mm,
make you feel like complete dog shit. I
yeah.
also get like severe muscle cramps because of it. Um,
Mm. Oof.
I woke up with one this morning, and what's weird is before I went to the hospital, I had ramen. And you know how much sodium's in ramen?
So much.
And my levels were so low, so it makes you wonder how low my sodium
How much
levels
are you
were.
supposed to eat? Yeah.
And I stood up at work because I would just like fall out asleep. And my boss
Yeah.
walked in on me. He thought I was just sleeping on the job, and I was not just sleeping on the job. I was just
You
becoming a
were falling
comatose.
out of reality. Yeah.
And I went home and I passed out.
Yeah.
I completely
Oh my
passed out.
God. Oh my
And
God.
I was like, fuck this, I'm going to the hospital because he told me to go to the doctor and find out why I'm just like falling asleep like that. And
But you couldn't. You literally couldn't.
when he walked in, I stood up and I just fell to the ground. Like I don't know what
Oh my
happened. I just
God, dude.
fell to the ground. And I hollered, I was like, Chris, I just fucking fell. He's
Mm.
probably think I'm a crazy person, but I legit just fell out.
Yeah.
And I'm blessed to have the boss that I know because he knows this isn't like me. Plus,
Yeah.
I have
Like,
severe anxiety, and I think my anxiety tied into it too. And
yeah.
they
Because you're like
said,
worried about work.
not just that, because I've had my own stalker issue, in a
Yes,
sense.
right. We're gonna tell you about that.
Yeah, that's gonna be like way later after this whole ordeal is done and over with.
Yeah.
But with the things that's happened in like the last week, I think they actually told me that they're surprised I didn't have a heart attack because I've had consistent anxiety. I've only been sleeping like 3 hours a night, if that, because I'm up and
Shit,
down, up and
son.
down. Yeah,
Really. See,
thank God for
Tyler
makeup.
has anxiety really bad. I don't really have that.
It's not a
That
good feeling. It
anxiety.
can make you
But
physically
living,
sick.
yes, living with someone that's got extreme anxiety, I get it. Like,
It gives you an understanding.
it does. It really does. I get it. It's like all consuming. All consuming.
It's rough.
It is.
And then you've got, I have the eating disorders and tied into
Oh,
it.
yeah. My body
And then I had one of my
dysmorphia.
best friends tell me that I'll never have like a successful, healthy relationship unless I consistently work out and go to the gym. And then that was in my head.
They'll
And
stick with you forever.
yeah, so I punish myself a lot.
Yes.
And I'm transparent about it,
Yeah.
I'm very transparent. And,
That's why I chopped my $3,000 hair extensions out. It was a punishment because I was ugly and fat.
yeah,
And I
and
couldn't lose weight. So I didn't deserve pretty hair.
people don't understand how
They don't
deep
get it.
they don't get it. They don't understand how deep it all goes, and it's gut wrenching.
It
It's a
is. It's sad.
struggle because, like, when I take pictures, I have to do it from a certain angle because I have the frog throat, and when I see that, I'm like, oh, God, Candice, you've
I
got to
don't even
do
take
better.
pictures anymore, dude. I don't. I barely take pictures because, like, I get these
Oh,
reminders on Snapchat and shit from, like, 2 years ago. I'm like, I was so
it's a
skinny.
science. Like you have to do
Yeah.
like a
I
certain
have, like,
angle.
Lightroom on my phone. It's, like, that extreme photo editor. It's just, like, I can't. I'm like, what's the point
Well,
in
I'll
me
start
posting a
sending you my
picture?
pictures.
You can edit mine. But, man, it's all consuming. It sucks so much.
I hate seeing pictures of myself, which thankfully, because when I went out for my birthday, I encountered a bachelorette party that was dressed as colonial men because it was her last night of
That's
independence.
funny. Oh, that's good. That's
And
good.
I took a picture of them, and when I tell you, like, when I was sucking it, I was like,
You barely breathe.
like, they're like, don't smile. Like, you have to have resting bitch face, like, wholeheartedly through this shit. Like, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
assignment understood.
It's
And
not
I
a
was like,
problem for me, baby.
it
Ugh.
and then I was like self-conscious the whole time because I was wearing a bodysuit that was like super low cut, and I was like, oh, my boots have to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's really unfortunate that we have to live within these standards of other people.
I know.
And I'm a sucker for like reality TV, and I love the Kardashians, but watching them, it really like
Is it a
gets
trigger?
deeper. It's a trigger.
Yeah.
Especially, and I love her, like Kim.
Mm-hmm. But it's just
Her
like sometimes you can't watch it.
her waist size, like I
At the
have
Met Gala,
I
that
had
look.
the Marilyn Monroe one.
No, the most recent Met Gala
I
look.
didn't even
It
see
was
hers. Well, yeah,
it,
because they were talking about because she had the
how
corset thing.
unrealistic. Yeah, she like couldn't breathe.
Yeah, and like I have that shape because I have the hips, I have the butt. I
Hmm.
don't have super small legs, but something that Kim Kardashian and I have in common is we both have psoriasis. So
Okay, so
I follow her for her psoriasis
she's
tips.
relatable as far as that goes. Yeah.
Yeah, but her treatments are like thousands of dollars. And I'm a broke bitch.
Yeah, ain't nobody can afford that. Just like
But
I was telling you, I want Ozempic. As if.
I wish.
Yeah.
$500 a shot. Mm-mm.
No. And then
That's
once you
and
quit, you get.
Well, I was on I don't remember what it's called. It's a capsule. I was on
Is
it. It
it
was
Phentermine?
Yes, I was on Phentermine. And it
I
was great.
begged my doctors to put me on it, and they won't. They
Well,
won't.
I was on it.
Whatever.
It gave me really bad headaches because I wasn't
Yeah.
eating. All it did
Uh,
was make the anorexia worse. And I
see,
just want to let y'all
that's, yeah.
know, you can't sit here and look at someone's body type and not think they don't have anorexia
Eating
because
disorder.
it does not
Matter your
always look the same.
size.
Because if
No.
you look at my teeth, I have the receding gums.
These are bulimia teeth.
Like
Yeah.
down here, it's like this one's almost like completely out.
Yeah.
And
Like
that's
every time I brush my
interesting.
teeth, I'm bleeding. Every
Same.
time. Every
Same.
time. Every day. Bleeding.
Uh-huh.
I have to wear, so he made me a splint. Because I got these two teeth removed. He'd removed them for me.
So this one's
But
going out soon next.
yeah.
And then
See?
this one. The molars go first. The
Yeah.
molars go first.
It was these two. So he removed them, and then so like I have to have a split at
Is
night,
he
which really helps.
Can I ask a dumb question? Is he like a
Yeah.
dentist?
So okay, no, but he's like technically okay. So we own the dental lab. He's a lab technician,
Okay.
but he's also a like a dental assistant, surgery assistant person
Tell him I
too.
need a
So
discount code.
right. So what he'll do is we'll 3D print the teeth, and then he'll go downstairs, and the surgeons open up the mouth and everything, and he has to screw on the teeth and everything.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna need that for the bottom. And I was already insecure because
Where you can see that. I got
and I
SpongeBob
have
teeth, so
I have this one crooked tooth. I have a great smile,
I
but
used to.
this one down here is crooked.
Yeah, and then this one right here, it's on its last legs. So once this one goes out, I'm gonna be like, all right, babe, it's time for those implants. Because this is a front tooth.
You West Virginia.
Mountains!
You have
Whatever
to
the
at
words
least do
are.
one TikTok to that song whenever
Yeah.
that happens. You
Yeah,
gotta
we'll
do
see
at
what would
least
happen. I'll
it's
get him
not
to make me like a flipper where I can just start out and then I'll take it out. Which
like
is funny. My
the
TikTok is
plate.
crazy.
Well, my TikTok I don't want to talk about my TikTok. Mine's a little wild.
I ended up like having one TikTok go like viral. I had like 5 million views on it. I got like $200 from it. Yeah. So I have like I think 12,000 followers or something like that for no reason. Because right now I'm only getting like 200 views
Well,
like
Brie,
per video.
I need to borrow some of those followers. No, I
Go
had
ahead.
one go semi-viral because of Charlotte because it was Gatorade.
Yeah.
So her godfather is in the Marine Corps, and they had a beer funnel, and they were funneling Gatorade to her. And
Oh
I
my god,
said,
so that went viral. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, when you're being raised by your single mom and her military friends, and it was
Oh my
like
god.
him teaching her how to shoot with like a with some Nerf gun,
Yeah, yeah.
and he was like teaching her how to like shoot, and then another clip is them walking into the PX,
The what?
the Marine Corps Exchange. Like
Okay, I have no idea about that.
so it's a store on base, and they sell everything.
Oh
Designer
yes, I've
stuff,
heard of that. Yeah.
clothes, toys,
Because you're
and
not really allowed
groceries.
to leave, or it's just I don't know if it's
You
like
can leave.
you.
It's
Yeah,
tax free. It's tax free
that's what it is. Okay,
because it's
because
military.
my ex best friend, she used to date Captain America. That's what we would call him, basically. Um, I don't want
We
to
need
say
to
the
talk
name.
about this. Is he around here?
Mm-hmm. Okay, do you know who my my ex best friend is?
No, we need to have this conversation.
Yeah, we off camera. Yeah.
Because a friend of mine, I call him Captain America, and he used to be a Green Beret.
Okay, I don't know what his deal is, but his initials are BB.
No, it's not him.
No, not the same one.
Just
Okay,
go
okay.
Susie.
But yeah, like so she was married to him, and yeah, I remember that store he was talking about, the whole deal.
PX.
I was like halfway listening, halfway not. Yeah, to her. So
It's a
that's
small
another
world.
thing.
Girl.
Yeah. Oh,
It
Captain
really is a
America.
small world.
Yeah,
I mean,
it really is. The fact that we're like talking right now and all that has conspired between us, it just shows you how small this world is.
it really is. Does it make you wonder before we knew each other how many times I saw you in Walmart one time, but I knew who you were.
Yeah, I was probably wretched.
It was with Baby Daddy.
Ew, I hate him. I hate him.
You're with
hate
him.
Ew.
Don't we
I
all
was
hate our Baby
wretched then.
Daddy?
Let me tell you something. When I was with him, so my grandpa, the man that raised me, he's my actual dad. He passed away. So I went into my party mode. I went crazy.
It happens.
Kind of like the same thing that happened to Zachary. I would say, you know, like once all the dad stuff like wasn't there anymore, he kind of flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, man, I went crazy, and that was the first time I ever did like drugs. It was with him, my ex, and like
I see that
know,
in him
so
though.
yeah, so I was just like a different person. And it's like I was disassociating for like the whole relationship. And once I got pregnant, like something in me was like,
They change you.
"You're back. You're back." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna leave him."
They bring you back down to earth. Because
Yeah.
I was wild. And then I had
Wow,
her
child.
and let me well, I mean, I have my moments, but like they're never around her. This is the
You're
most I've
right,
ever drank
exactly.
around her, but like there's a
Yeah.
whole sober adult in my house, so like
Yeah.
I don't feel.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I mean, all that I do now is like I'll drink if we go to like our business meetings and stuff. Like they'll have wine there. I'll drink that, and then I'm prescribed my Adderall that I
Yeah,
take for my ADHD, and some people would call that doing drugs.
ADHD is real.
It
I'm just
is fucking
unmedicated.
very, very, very fucking real. You can. I don't know if
Squirrel.
Zachary has it like I do,
He
but if he
does.
does,
He does. He has
I'm sure
that. He has
you've seen it up and down. It's bad. It's real.
he has
So
ODD with it, which is oppositional defiant disorder, which gives him that defiant nature.
yeah.
And like that's another reason why he needs to go to the doctor.
And get some
His
help.
life would be so much better.
Stop. Get some
He
help.
might would still have his wife. Like
Yeah, like she was like the best thing that happened to him. Bless you.
yeah, she's
But
done
yeah.
crawled in here, put her feet up on me. She's like,
I was kind of okay. I got some tea though, so I was kind of like iffy about Courtney to start with, because me and her haven't talked about this since it happened. So this is kind of funny. Like I love her now. I love her.
yeah,
And I loved her whenever they were like, obviously because I invited her to my house, and like
yeah,
I wouldn't bring her around my family if I didn't like her.
yeah.
But when I dated my ex, Michael, she was messaging him while I was dating him. And I remember me and her had like words back and forth. And then like, God, that was forever ago. That was like probably like
It
almost
always
10
goes back
years
to
ago.
a guy. It always goes back to a guy. If it's not,
Always.
hey, if it's not someone you're dating, it's your brother.
Yeah. It's always a dude. And like, so I was like kind of nervous to start with. I was like, is she gonna like not like me? Because like, I mean, we kind of like had some word exchanges, and I was just like, I'm not gonna bring it up if she doesn't bring it up, you know.
So,
And like we never did, and everything was fine.
I have a
So,
question. Did our
yo,
brother message you talking about? I know they're saying that you and I are siblings, but that don't mean ...
mm.
Because supposedly there was a rumor saying that he said that
That don't mean what? I'm confused.
that we can't.
Oh, about me and him?
Yeah,
No, he never sent me anything like that. Oh my god.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that up. I had to clear that up because
Yeah.
supposedly there was a rumor going around that he had supposedly sent that to you.
No, he never sent anything. Like, I would put
Oh,
it out
thank
there.
God.
He never
Thank
sent anything like that
God.
to me. That's weird. Oh my god. See, and that's what I was saying, like, earlier. Like, when I would comment or, like, post him, I never was clear on, like, what we were. And I bet a lot of people
Yeah.
were just, like, confused. And I bet a lot of people thought
Well,
that.
here's the truth, guys. We share a brother.
Yes, we do. And
We,
I consider you my sister now, so we can change we can change that, yeah. So,
I'm all for adopting families, so
yeah. Because, I mean, hell, I don't have a lot left, so
I got you,
a lot of
fam.
them,
I'm in.
yeah,
You know where to find me.
yeah. I'm out here. I'm out here.
Same.
So,
Well, I don't go down there. I went down there. The most I went down there is I went to Courtney's house to get ready for my birthday because she did my
yeah,
eyelashes with some the wisps, which
yes.
I highly encourage. Sorry, she's trying to make a cameo over
I used
here.
to get my
She's like,
eyelashes done professionally, and it was just, like, getting expensive. So,
it is so expensive.
and I have to go back every 4 weeks and just lay there
Mhm.
for an hour. I'm too ADHD for that.
I get anxious because the whole taping of your eyes down.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm too
I
busy.
Yeah, I gotta see what's going on.
Yeah, like I want to watch a movie or something, and I can't rely on my inner
You
thoughts.
can't text. You can't like
Nothing. You're just
Snapchat.
laying there for like
Nothing.
an hour.
I had them done one time my whole life, and it was like the longest hours of my
Especially,
life.
especially if they're new people.
Oh my gosh! And I didn't know this girl, and I didn't know what was about to happen. Like, sit down, please.
Child.
I'm so
It's
sorry.
like, it's okay.
We have codependency issues over here.
Yeah, same here. I'm very psycho. My child is right there next to me.
She's up my ass 24/7. I love her.
Same. I'm like,
I look at her
sometimes I'm
like
like, Mama you need to
a
chill
minute.
out. I'll put a movie on for you. Leave me alone.
Go in there and watch it.
But,
Go in there.
ooh,
Sorry,
no, you're
guys.
good.
Momming is 24/7, even when they're not in your area.
Yes. It's like I get a break every other weekend for 3 days, and it's nice. Uh-oh, it says reconnecting again.
Mom and I have come up with this deal to do every other weekend also.
Yeah,
So Friday to Friday, she gets her.
yeah.
Go in there. I hear that. She's giving us some background music. I hear
Oh my
that.
god, I love it. See, I was bumping before I hit record. I was listening to some Dermot Kennedy.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my god, you have to look him up. You guys, you have to look him up. He is unknown. He is an Irish singer. And I literally have his lyrics on my back. Like, he's awesome. Me and Tyler both have matching tattoos. So
That is
he's
so
got,
wholesome.
he's got,
I'm
he's
really
got
happy that
good
you
music.
found somebody. Like,
Do you
especially
know
being
how
a
I
single
met him?
mom.
Dude, listen.
No.
How I met him, I'll make it really quick. Listen, so I was raised by my grandparents. So my grandma's best friend is his mom. So we grew up together. Hold on one second, stay right there.
I think he's about to make a cameo.
Oh my gosh.
Is he about to make a
Hold on.
cameo? She's about to go get him, guys.
Well, I'm looking for the picture I have.
Is it of y'all's kids? Please tell me it's of
Yes,
y'all's.
it is.
Oh my god, I love that so much.
Oh, there
That
it is.
is
It's right here.
so
Okay,
wholesome.
I got it. I'm coming. Okay. So, all right. I find a good one. Okay, so start with, this is his dad and his mom, and this is my grandma and my grandpa. And then, let's see.
That's so cute.
Okay.
I bet my
This
mom
is
can't
me.
keep friends.
This is me. See, it's the red hair.
Like, yeah.
It's real, y'all. It's
Reasons
real,
why my
y'all.
brother was allowed to date gingers.
Yep. Okay, let me find a picture of us. I have multiple pictures of us, but here we go. All right, so
Is that him holding you?
yep,
Oh my god.
yep. So this is This is him. This is me. That's his dad. And we're on a horse.
That is
Yep.
so precious.
Yeah, so what happened was basically
Your grandparents played Cupid.
set us up. Yeah, so he was going through a divorce the same time I was going through a divorce. So they were like, you guys should talk to each other. You'll have something in common. And here we are.
I can tell you're really happy.
I am. I love him so much. He's just my best friend. And he just gets me and I get him. I love it. We're just so happy.
You guys should come up this weekend and we can take a picture.
Good. Actually, I think tomorrow we're supposed to be going to the planetarium with Ev. If you don't have any plans, but that's a drive for you. That's a drive for you.
Yeah, we're going to Wrightsville Beach tomorrow.
I gotcha. But yeah, so maybe if I get a gig up there or something.
Girl,
you know.
Say less. Say less.
You know what it is. But yeah, I might have to go take a little leak real quick. I'm having potty.
Well, we can actually end it here, and then we can schedule another episode because this was really good.
Some potty issues. My bladder isn't that big. You know, I'm a mom.
I love the honesty. It's a real thing, guys. When you have kids,
you can't help it. Dude,
your whole body.
If I laugh too hard,
or
I'm pissing myself. Yes,
or sneeze.
I can't tell you how many times I've shit and I've pissed my pants in the past year. Several. I'm so serious. I don't even give a shit. Like, let someone take that clip and post it. Go ahead. I don't care.
Sean, this is the clip for the advertisement and the marketing.
There you go. They'll sell.
I be pissing myself. That's the clip.
I be pissing. We call Brittany.
So, do you want to plug your social media?
Sure. I don't even know what it is. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, so I know my TikTok. I think. Oh gosh, let me see. Can I do this and it leaves? Am I still on?
Well, we can hear you. We just can't see you. It's okay.
Okay. Let's see. My TikTok-y. Okay, my TikTok is Ginger Zelda 2764, and that's on everything. So I think it's Ginger Zelda 2764.
That's on Instagram too. Because I was like, Instagram. Who is Ginger Zelda? And I went and looked. I was like, oh, it's
I'm telling you, I'm a nerd, man. I'm a nerd. It's my Zelda stuff.
It's okay.
I want to get a Zelda tattoo. See, they think I'm a devil worshiper everywhere I go. I got pumpkins and shit on me, black nails, Zelda shit.
We just love the creepy. There's nothing wrong with it.
Halloween, okay. I put my Halloween decorations out in August.
Well, I told you. I researched crime scene photos for the shits and giggles of it. Yes. When I was 15, I was looking at Charles Manson crime scene videos, photos, so
it's giving
no judgment. I blame my mom. Listen, my mom let me watch Scream when I was 5. No, it came out when I was 6. So, It's been a thing.
What's funny with me is, I'm very,
to go meet them.
Nauseous when it comes to, blood and stuff. I can't stand it, but anything, ghost related, I'm count me in. But I don't know.
I'm the complete opposite. I like the morbidity of it. I like watching the slasher films, but ghost films...
You could definitely watch him do his job.
Be real, because that shit can happen. I am not fucking with it.
Oh, we could have another episode where we talk about our experiences, because I've done table tipping with Joshua, and it's real. I'm telling you, it happened.
Well, okay. You know what? We'll do an episode of that, because I could tell you my Ouija board story.
Oh, Joshua had one too, son. We were not playing around when it came to that stuff. We love it.
That shit was too real and too quick. But
It's real. But yeah, this was fun.
I'm really glad you came on. I really appreciate it.
It was so natural.
First episode. First episode.
It was so natural. We went for an hour and a half. Didn't we?
Well, we have to excuse some of it.
Yeah. But yeah.
So, this is Love, Lies, and Dead Roses with me, Candice Christine, and my guest, Brianna. You guys keep tuning in because we're going to have a lot of cool people coming on.
I'm excited. I'm going to listen every week.
Oh,
or whenever.
Makes me happy.
Is it every week?
It's going to be every week. Yeah.
Okay, yes. I will be listening. I love me some
Yeah.
podcasts. So,
Yeah.
thank you for having me
So,
on.
of course. And, follow us on all the platforms. We have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
and
Fair's fair.
you can
If you're
go,
watching, you gotta follow.
yeah, and you can go to one, you'll find the rest, I promise.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Love, Lies, and Dead Roses every week.
It was real, and it was fun, and it was real fun.
See you guys soon.
Bye.